you. All right. Good afternoon, children. It's very nice to see all of you on a Sunday afternoon. I hope all of you have been well this week. Okay, let's look forward to another lesson of English lesson, all right? All right, we're going to start with our good afternoon song. If you know, please do join along. I would like to hear more voices this time, loud and clear. All right, are we ready? Yeah. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon, my dear friends. I'm glad to see you. Looking through the window, and who do I see? I see children, children waving at me. Looking through the window, and who do I see? I see children, children waving at me. Hello, 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 how are you? I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, thank you. Good. It's good to see many of the children waving your hands. It's very nice to be acknowledged. Thank you very much. All right, let's start our lesson today. As you remember, the last few lessons we have been looking at English lesson and what are the things that goes in that is important for English lesson or for English per se or for any language actually: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. All right. So all these four things go together to help us understand language better. Let's do a quick review of what we have learned last week. Last week, we learned possessive noun. All right. It explained who or what has something. All right. For example, in this picture, the pig is singular. That means there's only one pig. So you add on apostrophe S before the S. So this flower here belongs to the pig. So when something belongs to only one person or one thing, the S comes after the apostrophe. So the pig's flower is pig. So whose flower is this? It belongs to the pig. That's why we say pig's flower, and it's only one. All right. But how about if that's more than one? For example, here we have two pigs and they have pancakes, right? So the word pigs is plural. So if you look here, P-I-G-S, pigs itself is plural. So you add on the apostrophe after the S. So if you remember what we have learned last week, this would actually reinforce what we have learned and help you have understood. All right. For comprehension, for understanding what we read or what we read, we looked into using details. And we can have details by looking at the pictures. So pictures give us a lot of information. So when you're reading a storybook or reading an article, it's very important to look at the pictures and get some information out of it. All right. So this is what we learned last week. And let's go on to today's lesson. Today's lesson, we are going to focus on adjectives, all right? The types of adjectives and the uses. And then we're going to focus on, we're going to continue on our learning all about writing a story, okay? Okay, adjective. I'm sure some of you who have attended our lessons from the beginning maybe know what it is. Some of you who are new, this is the first time, so listen up. We are going to go a little bit more in detail and how to use adjective in your sentence. A word that describes a noun. We have learned all about nouns in the past 4 or 5 lessons. So we know very, very well what are nouns. Okay. And what do we, with noun, now we are adding on adjective. And what does adjective mean? It means that we are describing a place or a person or a thing or animal. Okay. It tells us how it looks, how it smells, sounds, feels, or tastes. It can even tell us how many. So anything that tells us or gives us more information about a noun is an adjective. All right? Okay, here. The noun here are ends, all right? So when we talk about ends, when you tell me ends, I can imagine any kind of end. But you can actually help me to understand ends a little bit better by telling me their size. Tiny ends. So when you say ends, immediately my mind will go to tiny, right? It doesn't go into big red ends or very huge ends. It goes to tiny. So what does adjective do? It helps our mind to get a clearer picture about what we are talking about. Here we have a jug. Here we can talk about the color, blue. So if you tell me jug, I can think about any jug. It can be a black jug, a blue jug, a transparent jug. But when you say the word blue, you are already giving me enough information so that my mind now can make a picture of it inside. All right? So besides size, color, we can talk about quantity. Okay. You say, Miss Sarah, I'm hungry. Can you just give me bananas? How many bananas would I give you? I can give you 1. I can give you 10. But when you give me an exact quantity and say, I need 3 bananas, then I know exactly what is it that you want. So remember, size, color, quantity. How does it look? Okay, here we have a flower. It says lovely. So again, this is a descriptive word. It's an adjective. It helps us to understand about the flower that we are talking about. How does it taste? Lemon, right? And you know lemon is sour. Okay, so you're again giving me more information about the noun. How does it feel? Hard or soft? So here we are talking about pillow. You know it is soft. The shape of it, what shape is this? So the moment you say triangular, then I know if I'm cutting a watermelon and you say, Miss Sarah, can you cut a triangular watermelon? So I can cut it according to the shape that you want. How does it behave, right? Ants are slow. Ants are fast. Dogs are hungry. So the way it behaves also is part of adjective. Feelings, happy, sad, excited, angry, all these help us to describe a noun better. So let's look again. So noun help us to know the size, the color, the quantity. Sorry, adjectives helps us to know the size, the color, the quantity, the look, the taste, the feeling, the shape. Here, sorry, can I backtrack a bit? Here, when I say feel, it means the texture, all right? The texture of things, rough, smooth, shiny, hard, soft, all right? Shape, the behavior, and feelings. Here, the feelings, we talk about emotions, all right? So these are the things that helps us describe a noun better. Okay. Now, let's practice before we go on to the other part of nouns using in sentence, all right? Here, I have pictures, a baby, clothes, mouse, pen, glue, right? So if you talk about them on its own, I can picture anything I want. And now I'm going to add an adjective so that my picture in my mind becomes clearer. All right, let's start with this word here. Can anybody read this word here?
Sticky.
Sticky. So, what would you describe sticky in this picture? What would you describe? Glue. All right. Yes. So glue is the noun. Sticky is the adjective, right? Sticky, glue. So that helps you to understand glue a little bit better. Right now, can anybody read this?
Hot.
Hot. Okay. So what would go with hot?
The pan. The pan.
Yeah.
The pan.
Hot pen. Very good. Well done. What is the next word? Grumpy. So what would you describe grumpy in this picture? Or who would you? The baby. Yes, it's a grumpy baby, right? See, so the moment you add an adjective, the whole picture becomes a little bit more interesting. All right. Okay, next. What is this?
Wet.
Wet. Yeah, very good. So what would you describe wet?
Cloth. The
Clothes. Yeah. So if I say, oh, can you bring can I have those clothes? So if you say wet clothes, then immediately I can understand the texture of those clothes, right? Okay. And last but not least, little what?
Mouse.
Yes, exactly. So you see how just looking at the picture, just saying baby, clothes, mouse, pen, glue, but just saying just the noun of it, it's not enough. So sometimes when you add adjectives to it, you make all these pictures more interesting. All right. Now next, let's see how we can use adjectives in a sentence. All right. So you already know that adjectives tells us more about nouns, someone or something. Right. Another way of saying adjectives, we say descriptive words. So can you describe your house? Can you describe the animals? So you know immediately you are going to use adjectives. Okay. An adjective usually comes before a noun. Okay, in most cases, they come before, but sometimes they do come after. So you need to be very careful when you read so that you understand your sentence better. Can anybody read the sentence, please?
John Mary live in house. A new house.
Aha. So when I say John and Mary lives in a house, then you can think about any kind of house. But the moment when I use the adjective new, your mind will automatically understand that the house is very new, and new means new furniture, new floor. It is very nice, it's beautiful. So you see how adjectives helps you to understand about the sentence that you are reading. All right. So new is the adjective, house is the noun. All right. Next sentence.
She tells an exciting story.
Very good. So can any one of you tell me which one is the adjective, which one is the noun? Adjective. Can you tell me which one is the adjective?
Exciting.
Exciting. Very good. So what is the noun?
Story.
Story. Wonderful. Yeah. So if I ask you, what kind of story did she tell you? What would your answer be?
Story.
What kind of story?
Exciting story.
Yes. So you see, it helps you to understand this particular word story better. Okay. Can you read the sentence, please?
I have read Ladybug.
Very good. So can you please tell me the noun? What is the noun?
Ladybug.
Okay. What kind of ladybug? What kind of ladybug? Red ladybug. Yes. So it helps us to understand all about this ladybug a little bit better. Very good. Well done, children. Thank you so much. Here, fill in the blanks with the correct adjectives or descriptive words. So here, I have a few sentences, and here I have a couple of adjectives. You may read this on your own. Okay. And then tell me what word would suit the picture here to make this picture a bit more interesting.
Red.
Yes. Very good. Well done. Can you read the sentence for me, please?
Ben has a red hat.
Very good. Okay. Sentence number 2. How would you describe the dad?
My dad is tall.
Exactly. Well done. So you see, you have just described your dad, right? So if anybody have never seen your dad before, with the descriptive word, they can imagine. All right. Next sentence 3.
A fat big rat. A fat rat is on the run.
Yes. Wonderful. Well done. A fat rat is on the rug. Yeah? So if you come and you tell your friend, hey, I saw a rat on the rug, and your friend will be thinking about all sorts of rat. thin rat, fat rat, short rat, big rat. But the moment you use the descriptive word, the mind immediately go to the right picture, a fat rat. Very good. Can you read the last sentence, please?
Candy is
The candy is
So here we are talking about the taste of the candy. So it's not about how it looks, it can also be how it tastes, right? Yes, candy is sweet. So I hope all of you understand what are adjectives, and let's see. Let's apply them. Different sentences now. All right. Complete the blanks with an adjective. I would like somebody to take turns. Just now we did a group activity. Now we take turns one by one. Okay. Pujani, can you read the first sentence? Do you think you can read the first sentence and give me an answer from any of these words here? Pujani. No? Pujani, you can't, I can't see you or hear you. Okay, how about somebody else? Anybody else would like to try?
There are pretty flowers in the garden.
There are 3 flowers in the garden.
All right, well done. Yeah, there are pretty flowers in the garden. Very good, well done. And who was that? Can I know your name, please? Who is that? Okay, never mind. Okay, we go on to sentence number 2. Yeah. Tell me your name and then you can read the sentence. All right. Anybody else like to try now?
Danidu.
Okay, Danitu, are you ready? Okay, go.
My mom is tall.
My mom is tall. Very good. Well done. What other words do you think can be used from here? What other words? Look at the mom. Okay. Yes, my mom is thin. Of course, you can say my mom is tall. You are right too. But we're going to use the word tall for another picture. So here we say my mom is thin. Well done. Okay. Sentence number 3. Who would like to read?
I can see a big elephant and a small turtle.
Well done. Who would that be? Who said that? Can I know your name, please?
Tanuli.
Very good. Well done, girl.
The
Okay.
pig
Who like to read sentence 4?
is
Okay, go.
The pig is big.
Yes, we can say big, but we already used the word big here. So we are going to use another word, fat. But of course, you are right. A pig is big is also correct because it looks big. Yeah, but we already used the word here. Therefore, we use another word, fat. Okay, you are right. Well done. Good job. Okay. Next, who would like to read number 5?
I have a long ruler.
A long ruler. Very good. Well done. Yeah, so you have described the ruler very well. Long. And now the last sentence.
The tall giraffe is eating green leaf.
The tall giraffe is eating green leaves.
The tall giraffe is eating green leaves.
Very good. Well done. The tall giraffe is eating green leaves. So you see how adjectives make all the sentences here a little bit more interesting. Okay. Now what we are going to do, we have just completed nouns. So what we're going to do, we're going to identify nouns and adjectives in each sentence. So find the adjectives and nouns, circle the nouns and underline the adjectives. All right. So the first sentence, the example is ready here for you to see. The ice cream is delicious. So ice cream is a noun. Delicious is an adjective. All right. So if you see, sometimes adjectives do come after. I mean, if you see here, adjectives are after a noun. Okay. Let's read number 2. Can anybody read for me?
Is a DC.
Very good. Okay. Can you please tell me the noun and the adjective? Adjective is deep. Very good. The noun is see. Well done. Good job. You're doing very well. Okay, now sentence number 3. Okay. Okay, what would be the adjective?
Shiny.
And what would be the noun?
Dark.
All right, well done. Good job. So you see, when you learn English grammar, it's all about applying it in the sentences. It's not about just learning it and understanding it. We must know how to apply it when we are writing and when we are speaking. Okay. Number 4, who can read number 4 for me?
My friend is short.
Okay. Please tell me what is the adjective.
Short.
Okay, sorry, there's an error here. Okay, children. Okay, yeah. Okay, sorry. Okay, friend here. I'm very sorry about this error. There's some error here. Okay, just let me see. Okay, my friend. Friend, is it an adjective or a noun?
Noun.
A noun. Very good. Thank you. Okay, there's another noun there, a proper noun. Can you please tell me what's the proper noun? Friend is a noun. There is also a proper noun.
James.
Very good. Well done, James. Wonderful. And what would be the adjective?
Short.
Very good. Well done. Yes, short is the adjective. So my friend is a noun. James is a proper noun. How do I know it's a proper noun? Can anybody tell me?
James.
Yeah, how do I know it's a proper noun? How do I know? Because of it is a name of a person. So if it's a name of a person, it's a proper noun. Very good. Okay, next. Can anybody read sentence number 5?
Tommy is fat.
Well, good job. So Tommy is a
Fat.
Tommy, is it a noun or an adjective?
Noun.
Very good. And what would be the adjective?
Fat.
Yes, you are right. Okay, last sentence. Sentence number 6.
My dog Max is smart. My dog.
Very good. Okay, again, here I have 2 nouns, a noun and a proper noun. So can you tell me what are the nouns and the proper noun? Adjective?
Is smart.
Smart. Very good. Dog is a noun. Max is a proper noun because it's the name of the dog. And smart is the adjective. All right. So now, let's. Well done, children. So I hope you have understood your nouns very well. All right. And now you've also understood adjectives a little better. So when you write sentences in your school, or even when you speak, you just don't say a noun. You try to add an adjective. You can even have 1 or 2 adjectives in a sentence to make it interesting. All right. Okay. So let's see how we can make it a little bit interesting. Let's take probably this sentence. My friend James is short and give me something. Give me another adjective to make this even more interesting. My friend James is short and give me an adjective.
Tall.
Short and
Tall.
short and tall cannot go together because they're opposites, right? So what other adjectives can you use? My friend James is short and
Fat.
fat. Yes. Yeah, you can say that. My friend James is short and fat. So you see, you have 2 adjectives in a sentence to make it interesting. Okay. Right. How about sentence number 6? My dog Max is smart and pretty. Yeah. It's a boy. Oh, yeah. Okay. We can say pretty or handsome because it's a boy. My dog Max is smart and handsome. Very good. Well done. How about any other adjectives? My dog Max is smart and
Brown.
and brown. Yes, color. Very good. Very good. Well done. Okay. So you see, adjectives may not only be only one. You can have more than one in a sentence. And it talks about shape, the color, the texture. So it's all about your 5 senses. It's very easy. What you see or hear or taste or smell or touch, right? And the quantity. So adjectives are supposed to help you to know things using your 5 senses. All right. So try to use adjectives in your sentence when you write a story or when you are talking to somebody. It makes your sentence a whole lot interesting. Right. Okay, next. We've already done our grammar. We are going on to writing skills. Last time when I met you for writing skills 2 weeks ago, we learned about BME. Can anybody tell me what's a BME? Do you remember? BME. Beginning, middle, ending. Very good. You remember the train. Always remember the train. The train has a beginning, middle, and end. And if they don't come together, the whole train cannot go on a ride. Just like that, your story must have beginning, middle, and ending. It is called a plot. And if it's not together, your story will not make any sense and it won't be any interesting for us to read or listen. All right. So today we are going to learn a little bit more about story writing. As we call it narratives, narratives are just another word for telling a story or writing a story, right? Tell a story with beginning, middle, and end. So imagine your story must always have this 3 component. If you're reading, if you're writing, or even you're telling a story. And if you're reading a story, it's always good to know that your story will have these 3 components. And they're called plot. Okay? All stories must have characters. All right? And a setting. Okay, so this is what we are going to learn today. Characters and setting. So without these 2, again, you don't have a story. Events of the story can be imaginary or real. So your story, the one that you write, can be 2, fiction or non-fiction, imaginary or real, something that you make up yourself or something that really happened and you want to share. You remember last time I tell you that authors, why do authors write? Because they want to share their experiences or they want to teach you something, so that would go under real. So imaginaries are make-believe stories. Okay. And it's very important to have clear sequence. We also learn this. Remember first, second, last, next, in the beginning. We remember to put them in order. So having a clear sequence will help people understand your story a little better. Let's look at the characters. Okay, characters are the people, animals, and the creatures authors write about in the story. So if you are reading a story, definitely there have to be characters, and the characters are normally people. They are normally people, animals, or creatures. Okay, for example, dragon, right? So these goes like if it's a fairy tale, if it's a make-believe story, normally they can have creatures. All right. Authors tell us what the characters do. So what is their actions? What do they do in the story? All right. They also tell us how the characters feel. So one of the most important things of an author, a person who writes a story, right, is to make sure that we understand who are the characters in the story, what they do, and how they feel. So it is important that we understand these three parts in a story. All right, so far clear? Next. So I've just explained who is a character. Okay, it's a person, animal, or thing that plays a very important role in a story. A character thinks, feels, and acts, right? So for example, the story of English class on Sunday, who are the characters? The character is me, the teacher, and the children, the students of, right? So we are the characters of this story, all right? So these sentences here have at least one or two characters. So your job is to underline the character or characters in this sentence, all right? Who would like to read the first sentence and tell me the name of the character of this story here? Can anybody read the sentence?
No.
Lou, yes, Lou.
Lou ran past the trees to the house.
Very good. Lou ran past the trees to the house. So who is the character of the story, the sentence?
Lou.
Yes, Lou is the character. And what did he do?
Ran past the trees.
Yeah, so you see, so this sentence, very simple and very easy to understand, right? Character and what he did, right? Okay, next, sentence number 2.
Later that night, the owl left its nest.
Very good. Later that night, the owl left his nest. So who's the character? What did he do? Owl is the character. And what did he do? Yes, left its nest. Very good. Well done. Sentence number 3.
Susan and John played in the sand on the beach.
Very good. Well done. Susan and John played in the sand on the beach. Who are the characters?
Susan and John.
What did he do? What did they do? Very good. Very good. Okay, sentence number 4. Yes, the dish ran away with the spoon. Okay, this is a part of a nursery rhyme. The sentence comes in a nursery rhyme. Okay, so who are the characters in this nursery rhyme? Who can you name me the character? Dish and spoon. And what did they do?
Ran away.
Exactly. Very good. Well done. All right. Number 5.
Very sad.
Okay. The 3 little pigs were very sad. All right. Who are the characters and how did they feel?
The characters are pigs. They feel sad.
Very good. Oh, okay, sad. Yeah, there's supposed to be a line here. Sad. Okay. Okay. Number 6. Can anybody read?
Over the bridge.
Very good. So who's the character here?
Superman.
Superman is the character of the story. And what did he do?
Over the bridge.
He flew over the bridge. Very good. All right. Okay, read number 7, please.
Nemo and Dory swam into the ocean.
Very good. So who are the characters of this story?
Nemo and Dory.
And what did they do?
Swam deep into the.
Very good. So I hope you have understood very well the characters and what do they do, feel, think is what we need in a story. Okay. Next we are talking about setting. A setting means where and when the story takes place. Where means the place, when means the time, all right? So it can be at school, at the beach, on an airplane. So at different places you can say in a story. And you can also talk about the weather, the day, the time, the season, right? In the summer, during a storm, at night. So these two components are very important to set the setting of the story. So once we read your story, first of all, we must know who are the characters, okay, and where and when this is taking place. All right. Okay. So pictures can help you tell a story. All right. It tells us where or when a story happens. So we remember last lesson, we learned about pictures, and pictures tell us so much of information. All right. So besides pictures, so can words. Words too, for example, in the summer, during a storm, all these words will help us to understand the story better. Okay, here I have a few characters. So if I am writing a story, or if you are writing a stories, and these are your characters, where would your setting be? If a character is a fish, where would your setting be? Ocean, yes. Your setting would be most probably ocean. All right. Very good. Next. So, student, where would your setting be? Classroom can be one of the settings. Very good. Well done. If you are talking about princess, where would your setting be? So, yes. Right? Deer, where can your setting be? Forest. Very good. A firefighter. We are talking about firefighter. What can be possibly? Fire. Very good. Well done. So when you have a character, you can have a setting that is very, very close to what the character or where the character, what the character does. But of course, you can do imaginary. You can tell me the fish is in the moon. So if your story is about a fish that lives in the moon, that is also acceptable. All right. So it really depends on what is the story that you are trying to tell your audience. All right. Okay, here I have a story. I need you to read the story and then identify the characters of the story and the setting. Okay, can you read as a group, please? Go.
My grandmother I was and yes, how about how always they both had some cheese.
Very good. Well done. Okay, now, is there any word here you don't understand? Any of the words here you don't understand the meaning? Would you like to read to me? Then I can explain the meaning before we go on. Everybody understand? Okay. Yelled. Is that what you said? Yelled. Okay, yelled means shout. Yelled and yelled. That means they shouted and they shouted. Okay, they screamed at each other. So yelled is another word for shouting. Mike and Mo were two mice. They lived in a little greenhouse. Mike and Mo saw some cheese. I want the cheese, said Mike. It's mine, said Mo. Mike and Mo yelled and yelled. How about we split it, said Mo. Yes, said Mike. And they both had some cheese. All right, so this is a story. Who can tell me the characters of the story? Mike and Mo. And are they children? Are they adults? Are they elephants? They are mice. So the author here named her character, right? Yes. Mike and Mo are the characters of the story. Okay, now the setting. Can you please tell me where is the setting?
Little greenhouse.
Very good, little green house. All right. Now, the time is not given. Can you tell me? Can you guess? Can you guess what time the story took place? Can you guess where and when? Right. So when did the story take place? Can anybody guess? Just make a guess. There's no wrong answer. Anything can be right. So please guess, when did it take place? So you have the characters, you have the setting. Now when? Give it a time. Sorry? Lunchtime. Yeah, that would be ideal. If you're talking about food, lunchtime would be great, right? So you see, so even though it is not said there, you are able to understand it by looking at the plot of the story. Okay? Here I have another story at the library. Of course, I would like you to read individually, but because of time, I think we can read it as a group. All right? Are we ready? Shall we start with the title? Go.
At the library. At the library. My name is I like to visit library. We also love to read and sharing. I love to visit the library. I love to visit the library.
Okay. Very good. Well done, children. Thank you so much for reading. And you know what? The reading as a group is not easy, but I can see or I can hear that everybody's trying their best, and I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, so now, remember, story, picture. This book have given you enough details to answer the questions. Who are the characters?
Amy and friends. Yes.
Amy and friends. Yes, you are right. So, you see, did the story here tell you Amy and friends are the characters? It didn't, right? But because you read, my name is Amy, I like to visit the library with my friends. Yeah. So when you read these two sentences, you immediately know they are the characters. So it's the author's job to make sure that we understand the characters very well. Okay. What is the setting or where is the setting?
Library.
Yes, library. Okay, very good. Okay. Now, if you were to give me a time or when it took place, what would it be? When do you think the story took place? Evening. Yeah, you go to the library in the evening, to the public library. Very good. If it's a school library, when would you go?
In the interval.
In the school, yeah, school interval, right? Probably in the morning or afternoon. All right, very good. Well done, children. I have another story here. Can you read it?
Arul and the cookies.
Very good.
Chocolate and then put all the ingredients together in the bowl and then put the cookies into the secret bake. Arul cannot wait to eat his cookies.
Very good. Well done. Good job, children. Okay, now let's identify the characters in the story. Who are the characters in the story? Arul. Very good. Arul. Okay. Where did the story take place? Kitchen. Very good. Very good. Well done. Okay, now if I ask you, to give me when it took place, what would that be? When do you think it took place?
After lunch.
After lunch, morning. Yeah, on a Sunday, yeah, on a fine day. Yes. Very good. Yeah, so you can actually make the story more interesting, or you can give more details so the audience can know when the story took place, right? So on one Sunday morning, Arul wanted to make some cookies. So immediately we will know that this story took place on a Sunday morning. All right, thank you, children. So let's do a quick review before we go on to the next slides. So in a story, plot is very important. Beginning, middle, ending. We need to have characters. So characters can be people, can be animals, can be creatures. It's a setting where or when the story takes place. So it can be a time, it can be a season, it can be a weather, it can also be any place. All right. So these two things, you must make it very clear in the beginning of your story so that we can understand where it is taking place. All right. Now, last week we learned all about bears. So you have the information that you need. Now what we are going to do, you're going to apply what you have learned, all right, and write a make-believe story. Okay, a story that is not real, or if you have gone to a zoo and you have seen this, you can also talk about your experiences. Okay, teacher Nalini is going to help to take down the sentences, and then in next week we will look at it as a story. Okay, so now look at the picture. First, tell me, by looking at this picture, where do you think the story is taking place? Yes, very good.
The zoo.
The zoo, okay? This story is taking place at the zoo. Okay, now tell me, when do you think this is taking place? When?
Afternoon.
In the afternoon, very good. When else? Besides the time, when else can you take, when else would you go to the zoo?
Afternoon.
In the afternoon, yeah, it can be the afternoon. But besides afternoon, when else you can go to the zoo? In the evening, very good. Okay. Yes, you would give a day to eat, right? And normally, if your parents want to bring you to the zoo, if your parents are bringing you to the zoo, when would they choose? On a
Sunday.
On a Sunday, very good. On a Sunday, on one fine Sunday morning. Yeah. Yes, during a holiday. Yeah, so you see, all this information makes sense, right? It makes us, help us to understand the story better. So on one fine Sunday morning, during the holidays, or last evening, or yesterday afternoon, see, all these beginnings helps us to understand the story. Okay, if you are not going with your parents, if you're going with your school teacher, when would be the day you would go to the zoo? If you're going with your school teacher, if you're going to a school teacher, would you go on a Sunday or during school holidays? I don't think so, right? So when would be the ideal time that you would go to the zoo with the school teacher? Maybe a school teacher is bringing the whole class to the zoo. When would that be? Can it be a holiday? Yeah?
School day.
Yes, it has to be a school day. Very good. Good thinking. Well done. Yeah, it could be a Monday or a Tuesday or during a school day, right? Or last summer, right? My teacher brought my friends and me to the zoo. Because maybe you're learning about the bears, so your teacher wants to show you, or you're learning about the zoo, your teacher wants to let you know more about the zoo, so they bring you to the zoo. So you can have different scenarios, different time, different time, depending on who you are talking about, right? So now, look at the picture and tell me, who are the characters of the story?
Bears.
Yes, definitely.
Polar bears and bears.
Very good. That's good, because now we can have a better understanding who are we talking about. Polar bears and brown bears. Very good. Who else are the characters of the story?
Children.
Yes, children. Very good. Well done.
The
You guys are
bees.
very, yeah, children. Okay, and if you are going with the family, who are the characters?
Father, mother, and brothers and sisters.
Yes, very good. If you are going with the school, who are the characters?
Teacher and friends.
Teacher. Who said that, friends? Well done. I really hope somebody would mention that. Fantastic. Who said that? Teachers and friends.
Rakesh.
Very good, Lakesh. Thank you so much. Yes, teachers and friends. So your story would go something like this. Last Monday, my teacher, right? My teacher and friends, right, went to the zoo. So if you're talking about yourself in the story, so my teachers and my classmates, or my teachers and I, or my teachers and my school friends went to the zoo, right? So this is how you would set the characters, the setting in place. And now I would like you to look at this picture, and based on what you have learned last week about the bears, let's put all of this together, and it doesn't matter if it's not in the order. Just give me as many sentences as you can. All right. So who would like to go first? Who would like to share? Tell me what you see in this picture.
There is 4 polar bears and grizzly bears.
Okay. So there are polar bears and grizzly bears in the zoo. All right. Very good. Well done. Anything else? Anybody else? Come on. Sorry.
Are you happy to see the polar bears?
Yes, the children are very happy to see the polar bears. Well done. Okay. So tell me a bit more about the polar bears. See? Tell me a bit more about the polar bears. It can be from what you have learned. You can apply what you have learned into this picture. The polar bears, what do you think they like to do?
Polar bears playing in the ice.
Yes, they love to play. So what kind of environment, what kind of place the polar bears have? You remember where they like to stay?
Cold.
Cold, yes. So the polar bears, right, the polar bears' home is very cold and they love to play. What else do they like to do?
Catching fish.
Catching fish. So the polar bears love to eat fish. Very good. All right. What do you think this? Yeah. What do you think this bear is? Mummy bear is going to do? Look at. She's looking at something here. So what do you think she will do? Polar bears love to. They are very good. They love to do swimming. Exactly. Fantastic. So the polar bear is going to have a swim, right? Very good. Well done. So you already said the polar bears they live in a cold place, or the home is very cold. They love to eat fish. Mama bear is going to go for a swim. What do you think Papa bear is going to do? What are the things Papa bear can do? Use the information you learned last week. Besides swimming, eating, what else they'd like to do?
Sleeping.
Sorry? Sleep? Yes, hibernate, right? So Papa Bear is probably going to hibernate. Where do you think he can hibernate? What is it called? A place that they go and hibernate.
No.
It is called a den. Remember, Papa Bear will go into his den to hibernate, to sleep. Very good. Okay, now these two bears, they are definitely not as big as the mom and dad. So what are they called?
Cubs.
Cubs. Fantastic. Yeah, the cubs. And what do they love to do?
Play.
They love to play. Very good. And how do you think the children feel when they look at the polar bear playing and sleeping and eating? How do you think they feel?
Happy.
Happy. Besides happy, are there any other words you can use?
Excited.
Excited. Very good. Well done. All right. Now, good job. So after the children are after they see the polar bear, they walk to the see what? They walk to see the grizzly bears or the sun bears. Yeah. And here you are really seeing the bears. What are they doing? Papa bear, mama bear, what are they doing? Sleep. What is the right word to use? I just told you. Bears.
Hibernating.
Very good. So Papa bear and Mama bear are hibernating in their, what is this place?
Cave.
Cave, their den. Very good. Well done. And what? And these are the cubs. And what are they doing? They are. What do you think this bear is looking at?
Beehive.
Beehive. So what do you think he's trying to get?
Honey.
Honey. Yes. Grizzly bears or brown bears, one of their favorite food is honey. All right. So while Papa bear and Mama bear are hibernating, Pup is trying to find some honey to eat. Okay. All right. Very good. Well done. So what we're going to do is that you have shared a lot of information with me, and next week we're going to put all this information in a story, and we're going to read and read. All right? Very good. Well done, children. So proud of you guys. With that, we come to the end of our lesson. Today I have a song for you. I don't know whether you know the song. It's Bingo. So the character of the story of this rhyme is a farmer and a dog. Okay, his name is Bingo. Where do you think this song is taking place? If I want you to give me a setting, where would the setting be? Where would the setting be? Where would the place be? We're talking about farmer and a dog. So where would the place be? Farm. Very good. Well done. Okay. Do you know this song? Anybody knows this song? Bingo?
Yes,
Was the farmer had a dog and Bingo
B-I-N-G-O. 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 Bingo was his name. Oh, very good. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to take away the B and we're going to clap hands. So you listen to me first, okay? There was a farmer, had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, I-N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh. So now you're going to sing with me. We are going to take away the B and the I, and we're going to clap hands. Okay, ready, go. There was a farmer, had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh. Okay, now we're going to take away the B-I-N. All right? Get ready, go. Can I hear you? I need to hear you, children. Ready, go. There was a farmer, had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, and Bingo was his name. Oh. Okay, now We take away all the B-I-N-G-O and we just clap hands. Okay, ready? Go. There was a farmer had a dog and Bingo was his name. Oh, and Bingo was. Very good. Well done. I'm so happy to hear you sing. Okay, you must be brave. That's what I want. I would like all the children to be brave and be confident and be very proud with your work. Okay, it doesn't matter even if you know or you don't know. What's important is that you try. All right. So that's what I like when I come to class on Sundays. I feel that everybody is trying their best, and that's wonderful. So I hope to see you next week. All right. It's time to say goodbye. I know by now you know this song very well. I don't need to sing. You can sing for me. Are we ready?
It's time to say goodbye. It's time to say goodbye. 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 See you all once again. Goodbye. Goodbye. See you all once again.
Very good. Well done. And who is that? You have a lovely voice. Who's that singing?
Amaya.
Amaya, you have a lovely voice. Well done, dear. So next week, I would like to hear more children sing with Amaya. All right? Okay. Thank you, children. You have a lovely week ahead. All right? I'll see you all next Sunday. Thank you, teacher.
English class is over. It's time to.
Thank you, teacher. God bless teacher.
Yeah, who was that singing? Sing. Dinadi, is it? Sing. Okay, so we will sing next year. And thank you very much, children. You have a blessed week ahead too. All right?
Our English class is.
Yeah, don't stop. Sing. Come.
It's time to say goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. See you all once again.
Goodbye all again.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. See you all.
And who is that? Who is that?
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. See you
All.
Okay. Well done, children. Thank you so much. I'm going to stop sharing. All right. And I'll hand you back over to Reverend Akila. All right. Reverend?
Yeah. Thank you, Sarasvathi.
Thank you very much, Reverend. Thank you, children. I'll take my leave now. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, teacher.
Bye.
You teacher.
Bye, teacher. Bye, teacher. Bye.
Yeah, we have already left 6 minutes, so I think we can start grade 8 and 9 class. Good evening, teacher Winching.
Good evening, Reverend.
Yeah.
Should we wait for more students to come in, or it's fine if I start now?
I think we can start now because we have already left 6 minutes.
Okay, sure. I will share